Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing good, doing great. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope I don't disappoint you, and I hope you'll find this beneficial for you. So let's move on to the point right away. So, I'm an Algerian person. I live in Algeria, and as you heard, from the beginning till now, I kind of speak a decent English. Whether was it my pronunciation, the word I choose, when and where to use them, I trust my abilities to actually talk in English. So, in this video, we'll dedicate it to say and to talk about what I do and how I learned to speak like this. First of all, a quick disclaimer, I'm not an expert in any of this. I'm just a 20 years old girl who likes to learn languages. Since I'm learning currently 2 new languages, I will talk about them later on. And I thought that sharing my experience, my own experience, will help you guys to know what to do next. So rather than learning English, I acquired the language. You might say, what is acquiring? As simple as it is, it's to acquire the language. I didn't bring a book, I didn't go to YouTube, and I just try to do what I like in a different language. So rather than watching shows in Arabic or in French, I went straight to American shows, British shows, and whatsoever. Also, at first I had to put on subtitles in Arabic to at least understand what's going on, or else it might be boring for me and I wouldn't stick to continue listening to all those kind of shows. So yeah, I just put subtitles and listened over and over and over again. When I memorize the show that I watch or the episode that I watch, I will rise the difficulty level and I will remove the subtitles or put English subtitles and watch again, since I know like what's going on that thing that I'm watching, the show that I'm watching. I have a general idea of what's coming next, what's going and what they're going to say, so I kind of understand the whole concept. And my brain naturally getting used to what I'm listening. And you might not know it, you might not feel it, but you actually are memorizing words that you're listening to. Yeah. So the next advice, if you can read English, I think that most Algerians can read English, they just don't understand the words. If you can read English, and even if your pronunciation isn't the best, I will talk about how I acquired or how I got this kind of a pronunciation, which is quite decent for an Algerian person. Not respectfully, no offense though. Yeah, it's quite decent, but yeah, I will talk about that later on. I told you that if you can read, if you can at least understand 20% of what you're reading in English, and I think most of Algerians do, since we learn it basically in our entire scholar years. I advise you to read. Just read wherever you can find, just read. How I learned, how I switched from level B1 to level B2, I guess, it was by reading. I used to go to Wattpad, which is back in the age, it was an app. I think it's still going on. It was an app that people our age or people who do not really have a writing license, they will go on this platform and share whatever they want. You can choose the language you want to read. You can choose the type of books you want to read and just go and read on. So, yeah. So I was back in the days, I was a K-pop fan, so I just went and read fan fictions. Yeah, shamelessly, I'm saying this shamelessly. Yeah, I read fan fictions, and surprisingly, I was not there only I was enjoying reading fanfiction, I was also learning the language. Like, I will read, and if I don't understand the word, of course, I'm gonna go the first time, I'm gonna go translating Google Translate or search Google, what does this word mean? And then, yeah, I will read it, find it the second time. I will most likely you won't remember what it means. So I just go again and search Google, what does it mean? And then I kind of space repetition, this is what it's called. Like, I translate it, and then I forget, and then retranslate it again, and then I remember it, and I will never forget it again. And that's how I kind of expanded my vocabulary to a point where I can actually understand most of what I read. Why? Because Wattpad is most likely simple English. It's not like high level English. Let's take for example Harry Potter book. I didn't start with Harry Potter book. Like, this is a get to go book. This is a very famous book. Like, whoever likes English, they would just go and read this book because it's really enjoyable. Yeah, so I didn't start with that because I tried, but it was so difficult to the point where I got bored. So I was like, none, I ain't reading this. And I went to Wattpad, and I found what I like, and I've read. I've spent a lot of time reading, and I enjoyed that. At the same time, I kind of immerse myself. Like, if you go to my YouTube recommendation, you'll find all the English videos, and I was enjoying. Like, I didn't really thought I want to learn the language. I was trying to spend my free time on watching videos, YouTube videos. At the same time, I learned English. First of all, gradually. Second of all, I didn't even think of learning it. So yeah, I acquired the language. But if like you have a deadline to learn this language, I think you need to put much more efforts in it. You need to try harder. Like, I'm not against buying a textbook. I'm not against looking up lessons on YouTube. Of course, they're beneficial, but they're just boring. You're not gonna stick to them. You just get bored from. Let's say you continue for a month, and then, yeah, it's just boring. The last thing I'm gonna say is I read a lot of book. If I read something, I will understand it. Certainly, I will understand it. But I was thinking that if I learn the language by reading and expanding my vocabulary, somehow, magically, I can speak. But no, I couldn't. Like, my accent, I've never used English except using it in school, and which was like 2 hours a week. It's not sufficient at all. So I thought that I have a decent English, but then when I tried to use it, I just realized that if I speak and no one can understand me, or if I speak and my accent is bad, there's no point in me saying that I can speak English. So what I also did this not in a form to learn English. I just did it because I wanted to discover what there is behind the continents, what there is behind the seas. Yeah, I just want to Discord, which is an application, and I just joined any server that was active at that time. So I joined, and yeah, I found the first day, if I remember, the first day I joined was they were playing the game Among Us, and I just joined. I've heard only English people speaking English anywhere and everywhere. And yeah, I was really shy to start talking, but yeah, I got used to it. And then, like, the first couple days, I was really bad at talking. Like, my English was, I never thought that I cannot talk well a full complete phrase without saying or being or saying a wrong a word, saying a word in a wrong way, or mispronounce something. I just realized how much I need to work more on my pronunciation. Even if I have an expanded vocabulary, pronunciation does matter. So yeah, just find a Discord server join and go talk to people. Use your English. Don't learn it and keep it in your head. Just use it, because we're using it to talk to natives, and not just for the sake of, oh yeah, I talk another language. Yeah, so those are my tips for today. I hope it was helpful to you, and if you have anything you want to know more about, just keep or ask them in the comments. I will certainly respond. So have a good day. Bye.